Sure.
Oh, let me see. We have a leak problem.
Yeah, for sure. I can't imagine it's got any better in the last month or so.
I kind of want to speak to you directly about it, even though it may conflict you on the matter, but it is one of many examples, some of which you're probably already familiar with. But I think by just being like just fully transparent about the whole situation, it may better help us figure out where we need to get to. And given that this is in relation to a plea deal, I don't really see this realistically going to court.
Well, even if it does, I'd probably push one of the judges or justices to take it. I try not to take cases.
Okay.
The state has urged me to make sure that I take as few cases as possible so that there can be someone things go back to.
Yeah. Okay. So yesterday, marshals, specifically Nakota, came across faceless assault units, which is what we refer to them now. Individuals tacked up, red masks, etc., attempting to do something. Fast forward, they had Ming Jintai in custody. Fast forward, we killed all the faceless assets with 8 people. And there was 12 of them. I don't know how the fuck we did it when we did. We saved Ming.
Did you pull that off? That's crazy.
It was actually fucking out of a movie. I don't know. We had 3 UC units. We tracked them for an hour with different. This is all during the Pred case, by the way. So we had nobody. Like, no one was coming. We're like, yo, this is some wild shit. We had people break off like during it without saying anything. Quite literally, there was 3 UC units and like 4 marked, and we just kept the UC units. Like, they would go in for like 8 minute, 8 minutes, like follow and then swap. So like there was no, you wouldn't notice the same car, right? It would just be something else. And they were tracked. I made the call to they tried to load them into a plane. I made the call to shoot at that point because he gets on the plane, Ribbozo Ming Jintai. We get him down. Plane comes, try to blow us up. We blow up the damn plane. Get inside. News center, bombs start dropping. Ming gets to the hospital. All of a sudden, we have like 40 people inside CMC trying to see how Ming's doing while we're bringing in dead bodies of faceless assets, and downed officers.
This was during the Pred court case, right?
Yeah, yes. That's when I sent the state of emergency request
I see.
out.
Okay.
And then someone came threatening to blow up the hospital with 3 hostages to get the faceless assets. And some dumbass like accidentally shot at his head.
Oh my God.
So I had to send him off the scene, but luckily it scared the guy and he ran off with the bomb. So now there's the third scene that's now active, which is this bomb that's running away. And then the actual faceless came and put a bomb on the roof.
So it wasn't that guy wasn't faceless then?
No.
What the fuck?
And so then the actual faceless guy came. And put the bomb on the on the fucking roof of the damn hospital. And then they wanted the alive 95. They're alive faceless guy that died while he was negotiating. So as the faceless guy is trying to get his guy out, I think his guy died because he was preventing medical. Oh my God. This was actually this is a 10-hour event, mind you. And so when we're like, what are you talking about? They're all dead. He goes, we want Ming now. And we weren't going to do that because we'd be handing over a dead person, but he's going to blow up the hospital. So it became like the trolley problem, right?
Right.
You give let it run over the baby or the, series of adults.
Sure.
And so, and he wasn't letting any ICU patients out, which I couldn't allow because there's an active bomb, right? So we negotiated them out to Sandy. That was a whole ordeal. And then some shit happened where he dipped with the bomb. And then it turned out that the downed individual was Lang Buddha, who had infiltrated the Faceless.
That's not the name I was expecting to hear.
Nope. Now, I mentioned that name, though the name how do I put this? We have a massive report of the incident. Upon finding out it was Lang, we tried to limit the how many people knew about it. Because, and this is where it gets complicated, the moment his name gets yapped about by PD and it hits the streets, you now have a Besties New Babylon fucking shit show in the city. He is in our custody. We, if knowing that information, must contain it to the best of our abilities. We're past that line at this point because he was transported to the Marshall jail through locals to then be interviewed this morning. And word got around for God knows what reasons. It is what it is. I mean, I told him as much. I mean, listen, motherfucker, you trying to infiltrate the Faces, at least give like a Marshal a heads up, at least some sort of fucking clue. So, you're not putting yourself in this situation. Either way, a dilemma is created because he's going to jail no matter what. We can't really exonerate his actions. Obviously, we're not going to hit him with aiding and abetting because we have direct exonerating evidence against that. So pushing said charges makes sense. However, he is found with a murder weapon because for some reason, probably because he's a New Babylonian, he carries the same gear. That gun comes back to a murder. Under interrogation, he admitted to it. After being pressed, he actually admitted to a second murder on the same scene by identifying the weapon, which is a sniper weapon. Okay, I don't want to go too deep into this because for reason. But here's kind of the thing, right? In past, we will take that information and put it into a auxiliary report, which is referenced in, such that the sealed information is a reference, right? Now here comes, and in the past, when we need to do a plea deal along these lines, I will give it to one of the faceless judges. Those have been Faulkner and Sean. Yes.
How long have they been part of the Faceless, Brian?
No. Like faceless judges, like in the reason. So it'd be Faulkner and then it'd be Sean as a backup or vice versa. And the idea at the time was,
you have my heart racing for a second.
No. But the idea behind that is, if eventually one of these faceless guys or whatever needs to go to trial, they're not inherently conflicted. But I know all that stuff may have changed. But I wanted to, in advance of going to Faulkner and being like, yo, can you sign this, martial warrant? I wanted to rerun the process through you. number one, as a way to say, hey, is this how we want to do it? Or is there an alternate way we want to do it? Because as of right now, he is looking at 2 times attempted murder and a few other charges like possession from that incident, accomplice to kidnapping and whatnot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as far as procedure here, the main thing that's at the top of my mind is what can be done to A, keep the defendant safe, and B, operate the process in some degree of good faith. Now, as far as I understand, and as far as it's always been the case, plea deals are not required to be public in any traditional sense. They just typically are, because there's never any sensitive information. And usually matters of criminal record like that are, public to a degree. However, we can seal them if they need be. And even further, we can keep these records private between the prosecutor and the defendant if it's necessary.
Yes, that'd be amazing.
Now, how specifically this process looks, I don't really think the specifics matter too much to me, as long as the principal goals are being met of, 1, allowing there to be judicial oversight and clarity to making sure that things are being done properly, and to make sure that people's rights are being defended and upheld. Hi, Sparks. And then 2, to make sure that we're protecting the people involved and making sure that law enforcement's records are not at risk. So with those things in mind, however the specific principle looks, the specific process looks, I don't really even want to hazard a guess, because the docket is changing. I don't even know if this needs to go through the docket, so to speak.
That's what would be ideal, and that's the secondary conversation, which I won't touch fully on now. But look, I'm gonna shoot straight, right? His name was kept secret, but understandably, 10-hour scene, people collect evidence, his blood shows up. They sure you remember the ID names, etc. Now his name's in there. We wake up in the morning, there's the name. That name's already out there. I've already had that conversation with him, like, listen, dog, you got in a shootout, blood's there, there's fucking 30 cops, like, what do you expect? However, lucky for him, in a strange way, he's getting put in for murder. And so in a strange fashion, he is, the murders kind of obfuscate the rest of why he's in jail. You know what I mean? Does that kind of make sense?
I suppose so.
Because when you say, why are you in jail? It's like, because I murdered 2 people in the docks. It's accurate.
Yeah.
Even though his capture was on a separate thing, right?
Right. Sorry, I'm a bit lost in thought. I've been thinking to myself about to what degree of disclosure is required and how far things need to go. But yeah, there will always be that ultimate question of having to answer and explain it to other people, regardless of whether there's an official record of the government.
Yes.
That is on him to navigate those choppy waters, but it is on us to make sure that our portion doesn't expose him to any unnecessary risk.
And that's kind of where it gets, and I'm okay to jump around these topics because I think it all interconnects.
Sure.
I've been thinking about this a lot today, right? The moment I noticed his name was in the report, it's already done. You know what I mean?
You're right.
So, and he's aware of that. I made that clear, right? The reality of the situation is evidence is always going to get processed. People are going to do what they normally are trained to do. And things are not going to change where there should be zero expectation that if a everyday law enforcement officer sees something, they're not going to say that to someone that may not be law enforcement. That's not getting curtailed, I think, anytime soon. And he put himself in that situation. However, even if we did, at the end of the day, he still goes in a prison. Those records are handled by the DOC and the newspaper and this, that, and the third. And part of what I wanted to open the floor for and this is a secondary bit, is maybe in these circumstances when we have an arrest and have some that's an arrest mixed with a protective custody, mixed with someone that's willing to, let's say, provide information, that we have a protocol in place that allows for that with the least amount of exposure. I don't know what that looks like, primarily because our tools, right, aren't set up for it, right?
They do limit us quite a bit.
Correct. Not limited to the fact that we have one jail, right? But that doesn't preclude us from being possibly creative.
Sure. Well, let me ask you this. You've clearly put a lot of thought into this. What would you envision this process potentially looking like?
I'm going to give you the perfect world scenario first. In a perfect world scenario, these sort of circumstances, like faceless or whatever, we don't necessarily pre-process the evidence. Your access to a report during its initial filing would only be available to high command, in addition to anyone that is directly tagged into that report. So your ability to view the thing is limited. Now, I don't think that is reasonable here in San Andreas because things are go, 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 right? However, I would envision, and I'm going to poke Homie G, who's been, like doing a masterful job with the MDT. I would actually love to see under the reports something called case file, which... You know how the references, you can link a bunch of stuff together?
Sure.
Imagine you could tie all those reports under a case file, right? So I'm sure you've seen like Sparks has got the, with her case, she had all those things listed out.
We used to refer to as like a master document, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of like doing the references, but you're just putting all the reports into a one-click button. So the latest report, it might say, observatory bombing or something like that. But clicking into that, it's got all the reports you can add or remove.
Right.
So that would be the first thing. And then the views, you could just alter based on what, category it falls under. I would say, secondly, I would say that Plea... Obviously, we've already separated out I don't want to use the word redacted because that's not the accurate word, but sealed, the classified reports, any information that needs to be extrapolated out. So, for example, in this particular case, we had Jenna Mustard who, collected the evidence. She was, unbeknownst to her, we had found Lang, right? She was just doing as she should, and she was, doing the evidence, doing the normal. I had asked her post facto to move her statement with the reference to Lang into what we refer to as Omega. That is a cross-departmental category. It's like a limited view. And then reference that to the primary report with that supplementary report having a statement saying, Brian Knight asked me to go do blah, blah, blah. So there's no confusion as to who made that decision. Thus hiding that, the names, and any evidence associated to what needs to be hidden away from the general view is in there. But given it stems off of me being the owner, it resolves any kind of FOIA related issues. The second would be upon those documents being used to create the plea deal, that plea deal would simply seal those reports and would be given directly to the judiciary to sign off. And then upon the signing thereof, we would put them in a different facility.
Oh, are we going to get a separate facility?
Wait.
That seems like
we
the
have a
biggest
building in the
task
barrio. Oh my God. I have an empty, huge building in the barrio we haven't used yet.
Yeah, I suppose you could turn that into some form of
And they
of a
can look
prison.
outside and see the Vagos selling drugs. It's
They could
perfect.
do that. They could be a little snitch
It's really
too.
big windows.
Oh my god.
I
Well, this process sounds lovely, but I don't know if you'll be able to convince our lovely IT guy to do all that for you.
no, I don't think so either. I think though. So have you seen the martial warrant section? I don't think
No,
we
I
ever
haven't.
so if you go
We were
to
supposed to meet up about the documents and how the sharing would look like and work, but we got too busy to ever do that.
yeah, if you go to category state marshal subpoenas and search warrants.
Okay.
Why do I enter the stream and they just this is the first thing I hear? Listen, dog, listen, NNS, you do a good job putting it together.
Director.
Yeah, you do really good, NNS. It's actually quite nice,
Oh,
honestly,
fuck.
everything you've done. So
Yeah.
that's his online username handle that he goes by. He's a gamer.
Oh yeah.
But you don't have a username, Sparks?
I don't really play video games.
Oh,
Your
mine's
Honor. I
mine's
have a
Goth
Switch.
mine is Goth Girl 69.
Yeah, I don't know the facility solution. I'd say I can show you how we've kind of done it recently. So this category was made because we couldn't go like a couple hours into creating a report. Actually, this came due to the Bruce Baylor raids. About 15 minutes after Bruce Baylor's warrant went up, on the little thing where it goes, you've now, like, when you lock the report, it sends a little ding ding. Let's just say 15 minutes later, contracts were being written.
What, after the
Yes.
that went out? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Now there's a whole thing there. I don't want to go hyper deep, but
Sure.
it became tea time. It's like ding ding ding. Guys, the tea is ready. And then, everyone who's got access to reports is reading like a subpoena that might be 2-3 weeks away from the end of a investigation. So I said, I can't. Two things came out of it. One is I don't want my investigators wasting time. It just cooks any serious investigations. But the second is I did not like the idea of, look, things had gotten really nasty when it came to who did what, right? I didn't like the fingers being pointed at the DOJ. I didn't like fingers being just randomly pointing at who leaked it, right? Or did it leak or whatever. And so we created this, and this is accessible to every justice and marshal. And it was a way to limit the scope of who can view the search warrant. So, it limited eyes. If you click into it, you'll notice it's got like a, little format here, probable cause, put a bunch of things in there. And then the signature is
there a specific one you want me to be looking at?
I'll show you one that's like sort of it's probably been signed recently. Benji Ramos informational subpoena. Is that one? Okay, this one's been done. So if you look at 39030.
Okay, I'm looking.
So it's got like records for it. Looks like very similar. Obviously, it doesn't have the sign features, but what we do is the signatures go at the bottom, and then they hit the save button so you can like look at the history, and it's got the timestamp or whatever. And so perhaps similar to this, there could be a sealed, either using this section and expanding it to search warrants and pleas. We could have a sealed plea that perhaps does not even go up on the docket, but I kind of leave that in your wheelhouse, right? Like, I mean, we can certainly post this out and say, Lang Buddha murder plea deal or whatever, or we could go down the entire route of, well, this plea deal does not need to be posted out, but I don't know the legalities of how much needs to be put out there. You know what I mean?
So here's the reality. There's two parts to that. The first one, obviously the legality that we might have to deal with in other places does not necessarily
I'm
reflect and
not
translate
sure.
here.
That's a good question,
That
NNS.
much is obvious to anyone here.
I don't think
with a
so
brain.
because people
the
T-sip
issue
the
more so
subpoena
comes
section
in like, do we actually
and
have
then
any
immediately
legislation or
leak it.
anything that forces plea deals or acknowledges
That
them
just assists.
being a thing?
That's why we ended up separating it.
The reality is that like there's only a couple pieces that bind us, and they're all in due process and jurisprudence, specifically. And this one might kind of be an issue. It might be a little bit of a trick to navigate. This is a piece that we're working on and
I like that. Yeah, if we had our own one.
Because the reality is, after talking with the state, that a lot of the judges' jobs being strictly legislated makes it, as strangely enough, like inefficient and not work properly the way it's supposed to.
Can it?
So consider it like this, you know, when it comes
only
to law
marshals and
enforcement,
let's say judges
legislation
see
that lets
the
you guys do your thing is one that says if you guys exist as a law enforcement agency and your job is to enforce the law. But when it comes to the judiciary, there has been this growth of shackles that's been kind of like locking piece down after piece. And so rather than it being up to the discretion of the Department of Justice to maintain these standards, it's become legislated and enforced. And I worry that some of the clauses in here might force us to post this information to a public light. Specifically, the ending portion of Section 12. I don't know how to like subdivide it, but under Section 12 and then summary A, guilty at the very bottom, it says that the guilty plea may be given in court when asked to plea mid-trial via motion to amend or via a contractual plea agreement during docket proceedings. And that's essentially legislated the only way that this can be done. So essentially there has to be a post that goes up that says, you know, Leg Buddha murder or whatever, or it has to be done in a trial of some point. You know what I mean? Like it's not something that we can do with his safety in mind because of how it's written. So we essentially have to now work around this pillar and find a way to work within the law while still protecting him to some degree. That's kind of the problem we're running into right now.
Understandable. It looks like we're getting our own Marshall category.
That's good.
Soon, so that'll be nice. Don't ask me how I know.
It's okay.
Yeah.
He just told me too.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my God. Do you think he gets tired of having to deal with us both at the same time?
What do you mean? He gets both right now. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Okay, what else do we need? Quick.
The docket's still not working properly. You can't look at reports that are shared tonight. I hope he heard that.
Oh God. I think he already hit the X button.
Oh God. Well, regardless, until we can change some of these procedural aspects around, like we're working on, our hands are tied to a degree. So when it comes to Laying Buddha specifically, we don't have the option of signing it in private and then...
Understood. When you say signing it in private, like it would still go on the docket, I presume.
Well, I'm saying like under some of the different like provisions that we were talking about with keeping him safe, one could imagine a time where, you know, a judicial authority appears with the defendant, the prosecution. Oh, it's Norman. Norman, can you give us some space?
Sure.
Thank you. So one could envision a process where a judicial authority, the prosecutor, the defendant, and their counsel would get together, present the plea agreement, sign it, everything is good, and it doesn't need to be posted to the public record outside of the fact that a plea agreement exists. The terms inside don't need to be disclosed. The crimes don't necessarily need to be disclosed, but the fact that one exists and was signed is the only thing that needs to be released to the public in any capacity. That's how I would envision it, because
I feel like closed door hearing or something.
Sure. One thing we've really struggled with, Brian, this is something that we've always had a problem with, honestly, ever since I was a cadet, even, is that we're
that is sick.
As a governmental agency, as a governmental body, I should say, police and DOJ alike from actually protecting people that come forward and speak information and put themselves in dangerous positions for the greater good. We've just never been able to do it. And that's something that does really bother me. And I do think it's something that can be fixed.
I think it eventually will. You're not wrong. It hurts a little bit. Because for me, that is the only reason I do this job. So it becomes very jarring when we can't, right? But I think we can find some ways to do it. I know I instill it in these guys. They hear it from me every other day. That every function of what we do should stem from the, not just the Constitution, but how is this? Everything should be derived from protecting the civilian, right?
Right.
And that comes down to even that decision of, we need to shoot in this situation because that civilian will more likely than not be dead if we do not.
Right.
And
the difference here is, as law enforcement, you are afforded that discretion. You're afforded the opportunity to make these decisions. And as the judiciary, our hands are tied legislatively.
True. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get to make off the cuff decisions like that.
Absolutely understandable. Would current procedure be as follows, and would this be accurate? So as of right now, I've gotten him to agree to murder on the two things. I think accessory to kidnapping for the situation he was arrested for, and the possession charges. We put together a docket filing of blah blah. Lang was arrested on this day, and in his possession were two da 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 da. In other words, a statement of probable cause that shows that he was arrested, found with guns, coming back to a murder, etc., but written in a way where it doesn't have the full verbosity of a 12-hour situation.
Right, it doesn't contain all the information that's specific to the situation.
Yes, but then in that docket of the reports, we would subsequently seal them, right? So report number, 1, 2, 3, 4, sealed, pending, approval or whatever. And
with our current legislation, I think that's probably the only proper way forward that can be done to actually protect him here. The reality is also any charges that you give him are going to go on his record, and they will be.
Oh,
viewable.
yeah. Oh,
so
yes, I think he's going to be fine with that. I've made it rather clear, like, listen, man, we did what we could in good faith, but, there's been a little bit of hoopla. Like, at the end of we were never going to realistically prevent his name from not popping up. We've done our best to do it. And given the fact he's not getting any of the state anyways, due to the exonerating reasons, as long as it's not a topic, he's going to get as much protection as we can reasonably give him, right?
Sure.
And anything beyond that is, stop being a vigilante.
Well, I'll say this. The only thing that we're required to do legislatively is to have there be a plea deal done via docket post. What the plea deal contains is a completely separate matter. So I don't think it'd be an issue to entertain however you wanted to structure this, whether it be the process you just described to me, or even cutting out more, or putting in specific information to paint somewhat innocent pretext to anyone who might care to read it. I don't really think that really matters, truthfully, as much.
Okay. Sort of the next question that came to mind, and I'm going to speak a little freely here, even though this may not be accurate. This is just,
Oh, I got the Archivist texting me now.
What?
He just sent me a picture of, I think this is the house that we're in right now.
Wait, the actual archivist?
Yes, with an Archivist logo and overlay.
Oh god, yeah. Oh, fantastic.
From what angle?
Today.
I saw-
oh.
I saw him twatting out earlier too.
7 hours ago.
What?
Yeah, let me send this to you. Listen, I've had a half a glass of whiskey, so maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe this is not the place that we're in, but this looks very much like the house that we're in.
I mean,
now.
we're just surprised because he's been like dormant for a
Mm.
month and a half. Night after the.
I was wondering-
To be shot by a sniper
I was
rifle.
wondering when he would make a
Forgot about
return.
that.
Oh boy.
That's this house, correct? That looks like it.
Yeah. Rooker,
Yes. Sir.
do you have the old you have the remember the link for the thing?
I believe
It's like
so.
it might be worth checking that just to see if it's updated.
Okay.
um,
You know, I was really hoping with the being illegal to hack stuff, he would have finally decided to leave us alone. Because that's what he wanted, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Poor guy, poor archivist. We're in the middle of investigating the archivist, and then the faceless came and started bombing shit on top of it.
Yeah, I was
Oh my
gonna
God.
say after the movie set shit, he was gone.
Yo, he was probably like,
Well-
we were over there looking for his clues, and then all of a sudden we see bzzz, this like bomber plane come right up.
Jesus Christ. Well, listen, you know, the faceless are using bombs and all sorts of other crazy devices. I think the archivist presents just as much of a threat.
Oh, 100%. Oh my God. Yo, I feel like this might be Sparks. We need to get
Yes, sir.
Sparks on this. She's been doing so much prosecutorial stuff. This would be a great thing for her to help chew on.
Oh hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All
I
right.
have people complaining that it's not my time zone.
No. He's in every time zone.
All right, but
Yeah. I think you'll like this. This guy's very like puzzly and all other kind of things. I think, yeah, this is good.
understood, sir. Of course.
Hell yeah. Oh shit. Oh no, I lost where we were.
We were talking about the contents of a plea deal going on the
Oh.
docket.
So I am operating on, you know how like every 3 months temperature sometimes changes on things? Well, I've been operating under the impression that we need as complete reports as possible. I am,
Oh God, Brian, I just got another text.
oh shit.
I asked if this is Lucian, and he said this is not Lucian, but it is a member of the Archivist.
Oh shit.
Yes, ma'am.
What do I say? I just ignore him. I leave him
Um,
unread.
yeah. Can we provide working copies of the reports? Or does it need a full breadth docket level? Everything is to the T when someone's just like, plead guilty, 3 years, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Once they pled guilty, I mean, there's nothing that requires it either way. I would prefer that any documentation or records that are being used to find someone guilty are complete to a degree.
Yeah. And when you say complete, because my definition of complete is a lot, like very
The
thorough.
information that would lead to their prosecution and successful or attempted conviction is essentially done and is collated and
Okay.
and is put together.
Okay, easy.
Essentially, if you make a plea deal for someone and there's reporting that goes back to it, and someone were to dissect it in the future, say, I don't know, a member of the state wanting to double check our work,
Mhm.
they could look through it and they could see that it's not a fabricated plea deal, that there is some truth to the matter. There is
Yes.
clear evidence.
Okay.
There is statements. The work has been done, so to speak. And there was clearly enough for a conviction, or at least enough for them to plead to it.
Okay.
You know, it can't just be a blank report.
Absolutely. And I think that answers my question. I'm going to give you a working example just to ensure we're on the same page.
Okay.
So, Lang goes to sleep in the cells, wakes up this morning, comes in there. I get a call. It's like, yo, dog, this gun comes back to a murder. And he's, and on recording, he's like, yeah, I did that shit. I'm like, oh. And I killed him with a sniper. And then we're like, what?
What the fuck?
No, you didn't have one. And then the other bullet, the other dead guy is a sniper bullet. We're like, oh, okay. All right. Well, it's like, okay.
Do you hear that?
Yeah, it's a helicopter.
Oh, okay.
In a vehicle, I think. So in that example, right? And he's like, you know, I don't know if you've ever dealt with Lang before, but Lang's like,
I have.
Brian, I plead guilty. What's the problem? When are we going to do this? Are we done? Like, is it going to be
Right.
like 15 minutes? Are you going to send me up 3 hours? You know what I mean? Well, and obviously I'll cook him back, right? But I told him, like, in this case, all right, take a nap. I'll get it all sorted. Wake up in the morning, slap that shit on, and then, you know, you'll be good to go. Now, you know, I have enough of a working relationship to get that sorted with Lang, and others. However, there is that part of me that is, and this is just like feelings, right? I know this isn't like a legal thing, is I look at that sort of situation. I'm like, man, like, this is a couple hours of work while this guy's sitting here waiting to get sent. And so that's kind of why I brought up the question of like, how much needs to be done? Because now he's given all this stuff. Would it be enough to just be like, boom, here's a recording. Boom, he had this gun. He had this. He said he did the murders. Boom, boom. Right? As opposed to a very intricately detailed, you know, sort of report. You get what I'm saying?
Are you asking me specifically to what you would put in the plea agreement?
Yeah, exactly. Like the verbosity of it. Like, are we,
Well, we don't really require you to put that much material evidence in a plea agreement, from my understanding.
I like that answer. Okay.
We require you to put in the charges. We require you to put in the terms, and that's pretty much it. And like a summary. I don't
Okay.
really think we do anything else than that. So, in fact,
think
you can go and look through any of our other plea agreements. You can see quite clearly that the only information that's there is, you know, essentially a summation, and then the charges and the agreement itself.
Well, in the reference reports, right?
You should reference this most recent plea agreement that was tendered with Nate Karama. There's no reports in there at all, actually. It's just the summation and the terms.
But
and that is satisfactory for the court.
Right? But like in this case, the evidence of him doing it is, here are the bullets, here's the recording, this is why we believe he's guilty, right? So not in the actual plea agreement, but rather the docket posting, right?
The report numbers are there, but they're not put forward.
Oh,
If that makes sense. Like Glenn's put the report numbers, but he didn't actually provide the reports themselves.
And is that satisfactory? So to give you reference of where I'm coming from is roll back like 6 months of the last time I sort of had this conversation, and complete different judiciary. What was told to me is they pretty much want it like docket ready. And I remember at the time, I don't remember. And
how long ago was it?
6 to 9 months. And I vividly remember the gut feeling. I was just like, and then I spent the next, I'm trying to it was whenever I remember it's when I did the Cyprus plea deal. I spent so long putting it together while he waited to sign it, and then I had another raid, and I'm just like, fuck, they just want to go to jail.
Well, I think that our standards could definitely be thought over.
I just want to make sure I don't do the wrong thing, you know?
The main thing that I think I'd like to do is I'd like to find, I like to be process to be efficient. I like there to be, for them to make sense for the prosecutors, for the defendants. I like them to make sense for everyone involved. I don't think it really makes sense to require you to put a full docket ready post up for a plea agreement.
I
is a bit
agree.
counter to the whole idea of a plea agreement. In fact, I remember when I was a sergeant and a cadet and, all the other things, whenever I would be tendering a plea agreement, I would just put together the agreements and just send it off to a judge and they'd sign it. There was no docket posting. There was nothing like that.
Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
the standard that I would like to return to. I don't think there's an
Yes.
issue in keeping them between prosecutor and defendants. The whole point of the judicial authority being there is to ensure that no right violations are occurring and that proper due process is occurring.
I love that. Okay.
But I can't do that until I change this legislation.
Understood. Okay.
And that's going to take time because we're rewriting essentially 8 different pieces of legislation and
I
putting
think
them
it was
all into
during the
one,
Cyprus
and
raid.
then
Chat, anyone
re-reviewing it
fact
with
check
the
me?
state to ensure that everything is done the right way. So it'll take a few weeks probably before that's done. Maybe less, maybe a week, but regardless, even then, I'm still gonna have to deal with Remedy Creed putting a contest on it.
Remedy Creed is the most cooked not attorney. I'm sorry you have to go through that.
I mean, it's okay. Her entire thing, from what I can see, is just she likes to be a very obstructionist person. I don't really know why someone with attempted murder of a government employee and gang-related shootings on their records is playing lawyer, but here we are.
Wait, you mean the person that was the first one to get exonerated or not? Had a hag removed, and then showed why, and then immediately shot Sparks like 2 days later.
Yeah, that person, exactly. By the way, Brian, I'm repealing that amendment.
Thank God.
That's on my list of things to do. There's a lot of damage that's been done to the institution. I feel like the previous purveyors of the Department of Justice forgot that there's 2 sides. The whole point of the Department of Justice is to, 1, protect and ensure the citizens' rights are not being violated, but 2, to make sure that justice is actually being delivered to those who are in need of it. That's kind of like the whole point. It goes hand in hand. And I feel like they forgot the second part.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I had nothing to do with that, you know?
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't. I'm so proud of you, Brian. You're the best son a mother could ask for.
You know, it's like
every time I see you, my chest swells with pride.
You know,
That's so cute.
You know, sometimes I create problems so that I can, fix them. You know what I mean?
That's like, the best way to do it.
It's a good way to keep things busy, you know?
It keeps you moving. It keeps you on your feet.
So, fuck, where was I? Okay, this clarifies like quite a bit. Those are those are the big key ones. Would you like us in the interim for our search warrants to continue using this process until the update?
This is the marshal subpoena and warrant process?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't believe. You know what? Hold on. Let me double check. Cross-reference all legislation and find me everything that relates to search warrants.
No! Oh, fuck.
What? No, no, listen, it's okay, guys. It's just to help me collate and go through the legislation. What's the problem?
Have you seen the meme yet?
Which one?
The Sparks one?
No, I haven't. I'd love to see it.
Was
yeah, this should be not a problem here. For as far as I see, a search warrant is a reference to a type of document. I don't consider the search warrants and subpoenas definition and legislation referring to that category specifically in the NBC. I think it's a hyper fixated and specific point of view. So I think it's totally fine to keep using this process as it is. Let's do this. Oh my God. Whoa, that just looks like yesterday.
Yeah.
No, the robots are coming, Brian.
Yeah, and now we got the Archivist. Fucking faceless are using flying shit. Like Darkstone got it as well.
You know, Brian, after his last text, I asked him why he was contacting me. He just said introductions, and I asked him what happened to Lucy, and he hasn't responded yet. But part of me wonders if did Lucian get hit in that bombing run that you're talking about? Do you know? Did he make it out?
It's hard to say. Rooka, you probably know.
I mean, he twatted out an hour ago.
Sure. But I mean, these
His
guys are
Twatter
super elite
account,
hackers, you know, and
yeah.
I've seen people hack Twitter accounts before.
Oh, I know that he was, you know, there was a point in time where Lucian was on the outs with whoever else. Archivist is.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they had some internal drama going on.
How are
But it
y'all?
seemed like it's kind of resolved itself.
How are y'all searching for Archivist? Every time I search for like the person who twatted, it never searches.
Archivist with an S. Because they that was the other thing, is that they used to go by archivists, and then after the drama, it became archivist singular.
He's actually tweeted out twice today.
Do I not search properly, chat? What am I doing wrong? See, when I type archivist, nothing. ARCH.
No, search by his real name, Lucian.
Yeah, he's tweeting out under his real name. Yeah.
Oh, on Twitter, yes, Lucian.
Oh.
Tighten up the reports. I'm sorry.
Lucian Weiss. Was Weiss his last name? Was like
no,
a
Varthus.
Varthus. Hello world. Hello world.
He does that every time that he's around.
So Hello World is, in short, one of the first few things that was coded in PC programming. It was designed as a very short code, so it would appear on the screen just as the words "Hello World" period. But it would be like a 10 to 12 string set of codes for a computer. I don't remember the code type though.
Interesting.
It's really common for programmers and hackers to state that because it's like a fanboy thing. It's like their fandom.
Interesting.
Yeah, Lucian does it every single time.
Copy, thank you, Hobbler.
Okay, well.
All right.
Does anyone have anything to eat, by the way? My tummy is grumbling something fierce, I know.
do, actually.
Oh.
Thank you, ladies.
I got the food
So I guess to kind of cap off what we were talking about, though, Brian, the using the marshal's subpoenas and search warrants process, I think if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Completely fine to keep using it. Oh, thank you. As far as this specific plea deal that you want to tender, I think that your best bet is to just kind of do for now, like what we discussed. Just put together something that looks presentable.
Never mind. I didn't see anything.
What?
What?
I don't know. I saw something reflect through.
You got me freaking out now.
Yeah, no, I thought it kind of like I saw a reflection and it almost was like someone walked by, but I looked
Director,
back.
it's 2 minutes past your bedtime.
Yeah, I'm probably just cooked.
You're getting pretty tired. You told me on the phone that you were absolutely just completely knackered today. So
it's been a lot of. It's been a lot.
Well, regardless, I'll make it quick for you then, okay? Until now, until I do have the ability to redo and re-update that legislation, you'll be forced to put it on the docket, but you can just put it together in a way that's presentable. We do have the option of sealing particular records if that's something that you would like. I will leave it. You're more intimately familiar with the details of this particular case. I can say from our side, we're interested in preserving his safety and doing whatever is needed to be done to make that happen. So whether you want us to seal things, whether you want us to, whether you just want to put specific details forward, that is up to you. As far as the actual docket posting, we don't expect you to do all the evidence in the witness list and the sentencing and all that stuff. You can just put in the summary that would be in the plea agreement, the charges, which would also be in the plea agreement, the representative, which would be, yourself, and then if you had any counsel, and then the sentencing guidelines, and you can leave out all the evidence.
Beautiful. Oh yeah, that brought me to the next thing. Some people, happen upon whose discretion should I be leaning on when it comes to. I am of the general belief that if someone is a very tax-paying member of society, they have a lot of, if they were murdered, that pretty big deal. But if something happened to show up at a dock for an hour and got murdered, I kind of weigh that in consideration, right?
I think we do as well.
And as a part of what I've been ensuring amongst SASM is that while plea deals had previously been set, those standards are not ones I want to focus on because a lot of them are hyper cooked. They're like 1 year murder for someone who's been around. You know what I mean? Like, I want to reset our own standard, which we have like verbal understanding of it, like among our discussions. Like we'll say, like, if it's a hag, is it on the green side? Like, found with 120 bags and a handful of dollars, that might be the lower end of the spectrum. But if you're found with a meth lab, it should probably be somewhere over here. And we sort of workshop those numbers. Now, with that having been said, given we don't have a ton in the last 3 months, I mean, we have a decent amount of pleas and docket postings, but not enough to actually show a documented pattern. How do I go about making it clear for this plea that since we're sort of arguing for 1 year per life, that it is because of those circumstances such that someone, another law enforcement officer, or maybe another judge that may not be aware, can understand the thought process? Do you get my meaning? Like,
why don't you just put in parentheses at the bottom?
Yo, these are low because this motherfucker has like 1 year of tickets type shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Easy.
I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I think the problem that people have is whenever there's nothing or no context or no, like literally nothing that could color it for them. They just see a super low number and they're like, well, that doesn't make any sense. The reality is, Brian, even if you include all this pretext or this information into your summary, they're not going to read it and they're still going to react knee-jerk anyways. So. That
is awesome. Yeah, if people refuse to read it, it is what it is. I just, I want to do our step to give enough vibrancy to what we're writing. So
yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to do that, then by all means, feel free to flare it up however you'd like to. That's on you. I would say either way is completely fine. I don't really have any suggestions for you on how you could do that though.
Okay. Easy. All right, cool. Y'all been listening pretty attentively. Any questions for the Chief Justice here?
No. I've just been writing down nope.
Okay.
No, sorry, Lana.
Hell yeah.
Slightly distracted once you said you were getting those images of the house we were all in, and then obviously what happened with the vehicles outside. So I'll just keep an eye on things out there.
What happened with the vehicles?
I'm not exactly sure. We heard a very loud noise, Your Honor, and then when we went out there.
Are they in
time that you were getting
proper
text
condition?
All of our vehicles are like obliterated.
What?
What do you mean they're obliterated?
Well,
you weren't listening.
It's hard. Yeah, it's here. Come on, bro.
What the hell?
Whenever she was getting text messages from Archivist, they went outside and went, oh yeah, the car. Oh
my God.
So you know what a Cara normally looks like? The pickup truck?
Yeah? What? Is that
I just named it after my best friend.
Oh my God.
Wait a second, that's
not
my
even a car anymore, it's a go-kart.
Oh my God.
This is all my money.
The fuck?
I don't know.
Does it still run?
I mean, it looks sick at least.
Oh my God, it still runs.
So this is my Cara.
Oh.
Holy
How
shit.
the hell did this happen to our cars?
Gravity.
Gravity is not a logical explanation for this, Springfield.
No, it's not. But it would probably hold up in court.
I don't think it would. I don't think it would. Are you okay, Spark? You look right bad.
Who's got this car?
Well, Brian pays you good. I'm sure you can get another one.
Who's got promoted?
Well, congratulations.
We'll get a
I'm very
bicycle
happy
pump
for you.
and we'll reinflate it.
Oh, there you go. That's a great idea.
I just got a text from this archivist motherfucker. I asked him what happened to Lucy, and he said he's around. I asked if he's still alive. He ignored my question, and he said, you may need a master mechanic for your vehicles.
Oh my God.
So,
What if the archivist is the MDT guy and we pissed him off earlier?
oh my God. It would actually make so much sense. 'Cause that's how he was able to hack it and modify
Yes.
the Constitution.
Jesus Christ.
The solution was right in front of us the whole time.
I know you wanted
How
to
could we
say
get
I'm
so
far, but
blind?
All right. Maybe we just play along with him for now. You know?
Yeah, maybe I'll try not to piss him off. I'll say nice things.
All
It
right.
looked like that picture that he sent us was from on this camera over here.
I was gonna
By the
ask
way.
if you could. Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Oh, yeah.
Right. He hacked into the security camera.
That's such a strange camera angle.
It is. Has it always been there?
I feel like probably like that.
It hasn't.
No?
How do you know, Sparks?
Because I know Vespucci. Because there's no gang down here, so this is my running spot. I jog here every day.
So you know that camera's new?
In the last, like, 2 weeks. Yeah.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh. Wait. Is that pointing at y'all's building?
It's pointing at this building right here. Ours is the white one. I don't think you can reinflate it, Springfield. I daylight, or I moonlight as a master mechanic.
Fighting
I could
justice
pump
by
the best of 'em.
daylight. Fixing cars by moonlight. Never running from a real fight. She's the
What?
one called Brittany Angel.
Did you just chat GPT that?
All right.
Oh, that's the quote from Sailor Moon.
All right.
Oh, okay, I've never seen it.
All right. Well,
Well,
Angel, thank you so much for your time. This was huge.
of course, of course.
And in
I guess I'm walking
relation
home.
in relation to some of the judges being the experts or whatever, who should I send this to? I guess.
What, with regards to this agreement?
Yeah.
I deserve this.
I don't really know who you've been communicating with in the past.
Oh, I'll give it to one of them.
With Falconer being out of commission, you'll have to speak to someone that you trust.
Okay.
And if they can't do it, then you can count on me.
Okay. Easy peasy. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yep, you're very
also,
welcome.
I am hyper side note, just so I don't forget. The state of emergency alert. We have a the martial training system
Yeah?
that's been extended to include the military cert stuff. I would like to
Okay.
expand it a bit further so that justices can get a direct alert such that there is more context for the right parties, right?
What do you mean exactly by that?
So let's say at 3 a.m. in the morning, there is a state of emergency that comes out with some context like, yo, these buildings got blown up. There is a place by which y'all can receive that information to curtail having to wait for someone with knowledge on it, So you might wake up in the morning, it's like, oh shit, this happened, and here is the brief summary to the heads of government. It's something I've been...
The department heads category that I made and then we never used.
Wait, where is it?
In MDC? Remember when we had that big conversation about keeping things between us and between BCSO High Command and LSPD High Command and then the state marshals, the whole, and then I made that category. It was right after Pred went to then go on and get Carmine to see all that shit about Barrick.
Oh,
Where
that
it was
might be
supposed
why
to
I didn't
be.
use it.
Oh yeah, well, that place
Does the
can
mayor
only
see
be
this?
seen. No, right now it's actually only you, Frost, and well, I don't know who the chief of police is now. Rhodes, I think. So you need to include Justice in there as well.
Oh, I am good by that. Finally, okay. I think the reason I was thinking the other is it's a little bit more visible. You know,
Yeah, the
things
problem with
can.
that though is the IT guy can't help us with that. Then we have to bother someone else.
Yeah, I meant okay. Yeah, that is true.
They're usually a
I
little
was
bit harder
thinking
to
about
convince.
the in the military email.
In there? I mean, that could work.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a part of that one actually anymore.
You know, we can get you sorted. You know
Like
what I mean?
part of the
I think there's
of your training email.
Yeah, I will have a chat with the clearance folks just to make sure they're okay with it. But I think it makes sense simply so that those that need to know are waking up and they have at least some context something went down, right?
Well,
but
I think it'd be a good idea, and I think it would be
okay.
very nice to be able to understand and have knowledge.
Mhm.
By the way, how do you feel about us including a little bit more specific information rather than just the generic "don't fly" alert? Because I've noticed that a lot of citizens, I'm worried that it's becoming kind of like The Boy Who Cried Wolf to a degree.
I 1000% agree. We have already changed some internal guidelines. And when I say internal, they're not written. We're just same people tend to be involved. So myself, Snow, and Blunt have been discussing and have for some time talked about like kind of different alert levels. So as an example, we now do not just immediately call a state of emergency upon seeing a buzzard, as I think they've picked up on our drift that if they're flying around with missile pods, like it kind of ties our hands. But we have been operating under, if it's a singular buzzard, and due to the fact that we know it's also just used to get to rooftops, then, you know, we shouldn't try to aggro them because we might end up pull their big boss. You know what I mean? So we kind of been playing touchy-gathery, like, okay, we should be scouting, we shouldn't be engaging, see what it's doing, and maybe turn that into different color alerts, you know, like DEFCON 1, 2, 3. But you know, we have a meeting on this coming up soon, and we'll put some proposals together and you know, chat with you all as well, because I wholeheartedly agree. We're like always in state of emergency nowadays.
Yeah, we are, but in fairness, there's a lot of emergent things happening around us, so.
I didn't tell you the courthouse is blown up?
No. I mean, I knew that you said there's an explosion, but I didn't know to what degree.
So Bobby Charles got... My understanding is Bobby Charles was found guilty, and then the Green Gobbler came and bombed the courthouse.
Who the hell is the Green
That's why
Gobbler?
Faulkner's in ICU.
You're telling me one of my justices got put in the ICU by a guy named the Green Gobbler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a whole Power Ranger motif going off it. There's a whole bunch of different colors, and they all got cool names.
What the hell are you guys talking about? You know, it's not actually April, guys. It's January 13th.
I wish I could say I was kidding, but I've seen them all flying around.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how bad is the damage? And how is Falconer okay? Is he all right?
Honestly, I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It has been nonstop for us. It's actually been crazy. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Very well. Well, thank you for letting me know.
Yep.
Is the like courthouse accessible? How much of it is damaged? Do you know?
I'm gonna ask right now. Radio check.
Someone's got to do something about these guys.
Brian, I'm on my way back to you with a functioning vehicle.
Hey, do any of y'all know if the courthouse is accessible?
Must be nice having a phone.
Interview with the state.
Yeah, try shooting him down over at the power
Which
power
courthouse,
station,
sir?
but he just laughed.
The main one after the Green Gobbler attacked it. I wasn't present, so I don't know if anyone on the channel is aware. I'm assuming it is. I don't think there was any rubble. I think it was one of those like pellet explosions, you know?
Like a frag grenade?
Yeah, exactly that.
Shrapnel? Okay. Well, that's good. That actually bodes well for Falconer because it's a lot harder to survive your internal organs being liquefied by a shockwave compared to shrapnel.
Yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything else you guys need from me? I'm gonna be honest with you. The whiskey I've drunk is starting to kick in, so I should probably stop talking business. And go lay down.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Hey, appreciate you, Angel.
Of course. Thank you guys.
All right. Easy.
I'm gonna go lay down.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. We need to schedule our hot tub stream together sometime.
Yes, we do. The hot tub stream. I completely forgot. We're gonna
my
get a lot
goodness,
of
how could you forget?
subscribers.
Oh, absolutely.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. Uh-oh.
What?
It's not me this time.
What? Uh-oh.
Did you forget our conversation?
What? Which one?
You know, the slowing down on the Irpin.
It's not Irping. That's a
you're
collab thing.
No, it's not a collab thing.
I'm not. No.
It's a collab.
It's not a
That's what that
fucking
is.
collab thing.
It's a collab for where.
Jesus fuck. We're not
It's
doing
not on the other platform. I'm not gonna fuck your mom on camera.
That's a weird thing to walk up to.
Jesus fuck.
That's the other platform. I can't do that there.
Do you remember what I
Can't do that on
threatened
this
you
one.
with?
Discipline?
No, the sewing part.
No, don't sew my coochie shut.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
All right. Look. Oh, there he is. All right. Okay.
It's okay.
All right. Okay.
No, you're not walking home.
I'm not
Don't
going
walk
to the trunk.
You're not going to the trunk. You're riding my cool ass Cara go-kart.
Okay.
I was gonna say it's a Baja car now.
Hell yeah.
That was a very productive. It was very productive.
Yeah, especially for the time, it wasn't necessarily like super long either, you know. It wasn't super convoluted or anything. I mean, it's Angel. She knows her job, you know.
Yo, Caverna Case, thank you for the 9 months. Okay, I am very glad we had that conversation because that clears up so many different things. Specifically, I don't remember who it was, but I remember when I did a plea deal way back when it was like, no, it's got to be fully docket ready. And I was like, I'm fucked, you know, with the photos and the this and that. And so hearing that it's just like, not that is very good. Because it doesn't make any sense, right? Why would you do all that if someone's pleading? Oh, which, by the way, Benji plead.
Oh my god.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what did he accept?
I don't know. I'm gonna find out right now, actually. Oh wait, I was gonna go talk shit to Benji, and I meant to. Could you imagine he didn't sign it yet, and I started talking shit, and then he pulled that?
Hello.
Hey,
Call him a good
good
boy.
Hey.
fucking work.
What, on Benji?
Yeah.
Oh, so I mean, it's not done yet. We convinced them to make a deal, but the terms of the deal are still up in the air.
Oh, thank God, because. Okay, I was just joking. It'd be funny if I called him and be like, "Hell yeah, pussy," and like.
No, not yet. No,
No,
not yet.
I
where we're at what I have them up to so far, and I've used the egg of, I can't approve this. The director still has to come in. He's not going to like this. We're probably going to, to ratchet up. So what I had pitched to him on the phone last night was 10, 10, 15. 10 years incarceration, 10 years parole, $15 million fine.
I'm down if he signs it today.
So what they came back with was, and where they're at right now, is moving 4 off of the incarceration into parole. So reducing the incarceration by 4, increasing the parole by 4. 6 years incarceration, 14 years parole, and a $12 million fine. Seizure of the 2 properties, the Blueprint property and the Armory property. Not seizure
what
of
are the numbers? Sorry, give that to me again. So
6
4
years
years
incarceration. 6 years incarceration.
Yeah.
14 years parole, and a $12 million fine. That's broken down as $7.5 million for weapons manufacturing, $1.5 million for drug trafficking, and $3 million for the remainder of the penal code charges, totaling 12. That's where they're at right now. That's not the fine. Like that's where we're at this moment.
Look, they sign that in the next 20 minutes. Let's go for it. If it passes the 20-minute mark, I'm gonna actually put some thought in it.
Do you wanna?
So 6, 14, 12, and 2 properties.
Correct.
Yeah.
Do you want to give that serious timeline to Tony real quick on the phone, just so he has that oomph from you, or you want me to do it?
No, you got it. Say
right,
I'm willing to do it if it ends tonight. Otherwise, I'm gonna actually take a look at it. And he's only lucky because I got to write up.
And he wanted to clarify that stuff. That's the close of the book on this stuff. We're not going to keep digging and go what you were talking about with the casino and all that shit, right?
Easy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Easy. All right. Bye.
I'm gonna get a horse and buggy from now on.
Oh my god.
Hack that kid's computer and take all of his Robux.
Hey, this is the opportunity. There's a lot of it's a really cool, the Archivist stuff has been really good stuff, but it was coming at us when the faceless was happening and we had like 6 total marshals, and I feel like this is I think you're gonna find a lot of enjoyment in it, if I'm gonna be honest. So
I'll check it out.
hell yeah. You're gonna be fine. Look, we'll get your vehicle fixed, we'll get you parts and everything.
I don't deserve a vehicle. I'm gonna take all that kid's. What's the currency in Fortnite?
I don't know.
I'm gonna download Fortnite. I'm gonna find this archivist.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna camp spawn him until he can't be camp spawned in anymore. What do kids like? What games do kids? Hold on.
All right. Oh, V-Bucks.
Hey Siri, what's the most popular video game for dumb internet kids?
What did it say? I can't hear.
Games that are really safe for kids to play online. There's so many games out there for all these very little kids, and there's so many games out there for adults. But really, to get a nice, proper mix of the two so that you can play with your kids.
This is boring. He has too much energy. I don't care. So I downloaded Steam because Daisy Dukakis had a game about hobos, and so I downloaded that. I bought a Steam Deck, and that's pretty cool, but I don't play it. Now I'm gonna find this Archivist, and what are they looking at? Arc Raiders. Mixed reviews.
Oh, this is really good put together.
Extremely toxic. I heard 7 slurs, but I spent the next 7.5 hours playing. I guess I'll download this one.
Yeah.
What is Elden Ring? like a fantasy game. This can't be too bad.
I love fantasies and helping people meet theirs.
It's got like a guy riding a horse. And there's dragons. Critically acclaimed. This isn't multiplayer though. This kid isn't playing this game. I can't ruin this kid's life. This is gonna be malicious prosecution. What is
I'll get your car fixed. It'll be done by tomorrow.
Warhammer 40,000? Or is it 4 quadruple 0? This is multiplayer. That's a horror game. This kid probably kills himself, so it's not good. Good night, sir. All divers to Hello.
7374. Hey.
All right, Tony's confirmed they've agreed in principle. He's going to try to get Benji to sign it right now, but Benji did just go to bed. And then as soon as Benji's awake next, he's going to turn himself in.
Let Tony know that sucks. It better be signed. Otherwise, I'm going to look at it in the morning.
Okay, I will let him know.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
No worries. Bye.
What, chat? Am I fucking... Think you're watching like fucking Kindergarten Cop? We got shit to do, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no time for like motherfucking like, why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why don't we know every damn detail? Can't pick up a damn phone like ass like, yo, listen, bro, we're down to take that shit to court. We got you by the ball sack. You better wake your ass up, fucking sign that bitch. Better throw some ink on that dick and slap it on that. Slap it on that if you need to type shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait. Is this it? 7374. All right. Oh, my God. Did it not fucking update the fucking bullshit? Won't put that in. Be enough. Oh yeah, what was Bobby shit? I'm really glad we had that conversation because, chat, I would literally I dealt with in the past. Lang's situation's a lot easier, but I've dealt with in the past where I've caught people with their balls down. They're, caught people with like they were fucked. You know what I mean? And and they just want to be, they're like, yo, you got me. You know what I mean? I plead guilty to all this. And it was and they weren't small. They weren't small. I think I put, what's his name in for 7 years for the Cypress warehouse. I put that other guy in for 4 years for the drug trafficking. And I had to make them wait 2 to 3 days, maybe even 4 days in the case of the Cypress one. Maybe Cypress one, I think took 5 days, and he had to sign it when he was on vacation because I had to literally do everything to the T, even though it wasn't going to court. And so this just makes it make more sense, right? Because I don't care about doing the work, right? The actual pressure comes from the person is pleading out, but they have to wait. You know what I mean? Yeah, Leon Edwards. Oh yeah, then the meth trunk guy. Oh my god, I was fucking kicking in mad doors. I forgot about that. On
Apparently, Benji just agreed. 6 years of incarceration, 14 years of parole, and $12 million in fines. Such a shame. I just got his bank records back too, and they are fun.
Oh?
Yeah. There's several transactions going out of the business account for many millions of dollars with no reason given.
Uh-oh.
Yep, that's an uh-oh type of moment.
That's a chain subpoena.
That is a chain subpoena right there. Which we expected. I mean, it's, To make it make sense, how...
was found to have been involved in a double homicide at the Buccaneer Way docks.
Yeah. That's what the subpoena's all saying.
Buccaneer Way docks.
I just put it up there. Be my guy. Hi, Blunt. Almost done writing it. Give me 1 moment. Okay, bye.
Where's Maeve's report? Oh, it's this one. Mm. We'll rename this title later. Oh. Good fucking work. Buccaneer Way docks. Wait a minute. I just realized something. I can fully bake in
really being like super sad. Look, I need you to feed her Sag Farm. Just for a little bit. Just if you feed her Sag Farm for just like 5 minutes, I'll eat your ass out tonight.
We can actually really cook this well, because the thing is, what actually happened is actually really worthwhile putting in here. But then again, we don't want to put him in the, let's not put him in the line of sight of the faceless by dumping all of that in there. We just stick to the direct facts. I don't know if we need to note the faceless and shit, because even that is like an inference. Involved in double homicide at the Buccaneer Way docks. On
Pardon me, just slipping some evidence in.
yeah. Yeah, this she's fucking this fucking Ray. Man. Bro, I hate going like, oh, here we go. Wasn't it a triple homicide? It's a triple homicide, actually. If I'm not mistaken. There's one was killed by police. Further investigation. Commander of the further investigation connecting him directly to I mean, how much is there to say? I mean, quite frankly, that's all I'm gonna put in there. You know what I mean? If we gotta put more, we gotta put more. Like, I feel like I need to write more, but this isn't. We found guns. He going to jail, bruh. Representation. I feel like there needs to be it feels like there should be more, but I literally don't know what else I'm supposed to put in there. Yeah, he admitted guilt to yeah, there you go. That's a good point. Like, I'm so used to writing fucking paragraphs. I'm sitting here, I'm like, this doesn't feel like it's enough, but what the fuck are we gonna say? We fucking got him in custody, motherfucker had guns. I'm gonna act to this shit, like, boom, boom, you know what I mean? Preliminary. I'm gonna have someone review this, because I feel like incident. Yo, that is crazy. Yo, am I tripping here right now? Like, but all of these reports that I wrote, everything ties back to it. I'm going to show you in a second what I mean by that.
What, the squish in the cars? How does he do it? Does he have like some kind of gravity manipulation machine or what? Well, that's fucking scary. Which meeting? Oh, the angel one? I don't know. I was doing security duty after the whole car attack thing, so I didn't listen in. Nobody. I think he's got notes. Motherfucker. That's alright. There's notes from the meeting in a report. Is report number 39548.
Okay. Oh wait, I gotta save. It's almost tsunami. $1 million fine. Time served.